I've always had a pretty terrible memory, at least when it comes to the important things. My house is littered with sticky notes, appointments, errands to complete, homework assignments, a reminder to get a haircut, a reminder to shut the blinds before walking out of the shower naked because the neighbors can't see. Incidentally, not that I know this from experience or anything. I'm incredibly forgetful. It's one of the reasons I'm such a terrible driver. I can never remember where it is I'm going exactly, let alone how to get there. The same thing used to happen in school a lot. I would often end up wandering around the halls because I'd forgotten where my class was. Speaking of forgetfulness, the maintenance guy has conveniently forgotten his tools right in the middle of my hallway this morning. He's been trying to fix my broken air conditioner,
85 fucking degrees,
which is a vast improvement considering yesterday it was 90 degrees. And now, of course, he's not answering his phone. But I digress. I remember random bits and pieces of my childhood, like when I first developed a taste for blackberries. I used to pluck them off the fence during recess at daycare and stuff them in my pockets. My mother would be furious when she washed out my jeans later. She could never figure out why it was my pockets were stained purple. I remember going to middle school here. I endured teasing, gym, puberty, met the girl who would later become my girlfriend, and began wearing grown-up bras. I used to live in this house. I remember planting rose bushes in the garden with my mother. And one of the bushes had died and we had to get another one, and it ended up being a completely different color than the rest of them. If I had to pick like a favorite memory, I would probably pick the road trips I had with my mom every time we would move, because we'd always go by car, which sounds pretty miserable. I mean, sometimes it'd be like 7-8 hour drives, which seemed pretty miserable, but I don't know, I think just spending the time with my mom, it was always just the two of us, and I'd bring my toys and my VTech computer and whatever else little kids bring. And of course we had our staple snacks, but I don't know, there was just something about being out on the open road with my mom that was just always cool, and that's something that I always really remember from my childhood. So nothing really all that fascinating, like I went to Disney World. I mean, I have been to Disney World, and that was cool because we actually had money to go and do something for once, because when I was little we never had any money. I don't know, it would probably be the road trips I took with my mom. I think those are some of the things that I remember the most vividly from childhood.